Let's change my bandages while I tell you how I got in this mess. Trigger alert, if you do not like seeing healing wounds or hearing medical stories, please keep scrolling. So to fill you in, a few weeks ago, I had planned carpal tunnel surgery on my left wrist. It was laparoscopic, which means that he did the surgery through a tiny incision using a camera. Had it on my right wrist last year, no big deal. Though I did have much more bruising than expected. Well, unfortunately, the incision got a little infected, and by the time I finally got in to see my surgeon, it was too late. There was a small amount of pus at the incision, which unfortunately required a much bigger emergent surgery to clean out the infection from my wrist, and an overnight stay in the hospital to get IV antibiotics, which was the worst. This is your last call. The bandages are coming off. Don't say I didn't warn you. So instead of this tiny little incision, I now have a monster 6-inch lightning bolt scar, which I'm not gonna lie, it looks a little badass once it heals, but my hand modeling days are over. So needless to say, it's been a rocky recovery, but thankfully I'm on the mend. As a breast radiologist who performs biopsies all day, I understand that there's always a risk of bleeding, infection, or even death with any procedure, but you never think it's going to happen to you until it does. And I've been getting a lot of comments like you need to slow down and maybe you were working it too hard, which I know it's coming from a good place, but I don't appreciate it because it places the blame on me, the patient. Unfortunately, postoperative complications can happen and it doesn't have to be anyone's fault. Even if I did overdo it, I still developed a postoperative infection, and both can be true at the same time. My only regret is not advocating harder to be seen by my doctor the day I knew that something was going wrong with the incision prior to the weekend. If I had gotten oral antibiotics at that time, the second surgery and hospitalization could have potentially been avoided. But obviously, hindsight is 20/20. I saw my surgeon today, and thankfully the incision is healing nicely. Stitches have to stay in another week so it could heal properly. Thankfully, I am on the other side of this, and this is my non-dominant hand. I'm scheduled to go back to work tomorrow before taking a weekend of call. Anyways, that's the story behind my awesome scar on my left wrist. Follow the booby docs for more of the breast information.